Jiva Goswami, it appears, did posthumous editing for Srila Rupa Goswami. There's many, many works in the scholarly world involve posthumous editing. George Orwell has been posthumously edited. Bertrand Russell, I believe, has been posthumously edited. A very important publisher, Loeb Classical Library, which works under the auspices of Harvard University, publishes many works in re-edited editions. There was just an item about that not too long ago in the New York Times, where the Loeb Classical Library explained why they were reissuing texts in re-edited versions, essentially for the same reason we do, to recover text that's been lost or edited out or misunderstood. Alfred North Whitehead, the famous mathematician, has been posthumously edited. The Lord of the Rings is a good example of a popular book that has been recently, within the last few years, released in a re-edited edition. Tolkien's books were published by at least 2 or 3 publishers in different editions. And in those days, it involved typesetting the type and then, again, retypesetting the type, because those were the days when they did things with linotype machines. And there were errors. Tolkien is, of course, revered. He has his devotees, and for them, every word of the Lord of the Rings is like a sacred text. There are people who know the languages of Middle-earth and can write in it, and they noticed discrepancies. And Tolkien himself noticed discrepancies. They had essentially the same problem we had. They were trying to edit and typeset in a foreign language. Middle-earth and Sanskrit the languages were similar as far as people's knowledge of them was concerned. So later they went back and corrected errors that were due to misunderstanding the languages of Middle-earth. They went back and corrected spellings that were not the preferred spellings of the author. Elves. Tolkien's preferred spelling was E-L-V-E-S, and his early editors had standardized it to E-L-F-S. So in the later edition, it was restored to his preferred spelling, all under the guidance or with reference to Christopher Tolkien, his son. So a lot was done. There are, Faulkner has been re-edited, Hemingway has been re-edited, F. Scott Fitzgerald has been re-edited. And the standard is, in the scholarly world, not that, oh my God, you can never re-edit a text. It's so unscholarly, it's completely unethical. Absolutely not. Their principle is that they go back to the existing manuscripts, the existing published editions, any notes from the author. They establish what the baseline text is, what, as far as they can determine, is the text that the author most faithfully represents the author's intentions, and then they try to come out with an edition that conforms to that as faithfully as possible. It's a respected occupation, a respected work, respected endeavor in the scholarly world. It's not at all disreputable or sinful among scholars. Not at all. It's appreciated, in fact. The scholars, at last we have a faithful text of Mark Twain. At last we have, the lost pages of such and such. It's appreciated by scholars.